Welcome to Apogee Live. My name is Greg Hoffman. Today we are going to be talking about data feeds. So let me introduce my team. So say hello to Daniel Clark and his new cat.
Hello.
What's the cat's name?
Alex.
Alex. So how many cats is that now?
This is number 3.
Aha. Yeah, crazy cat man.
Yeah.
All right. And to the crazy cat lady over there. Hello, Kristen Evans. How are you?
Hi, Greg.
Yeah,
I just pointed like that's where Kristen is on my screen. I might be pointing at Buck for all I know.
You're pointing at Eric. You're pointing at Eric.
I'm pointing at Eric. Yeah, maybe.
It's different on everybody's. All right, so today we've got a room full of affiliates because we're talking about data feeds, specifically how to work with data feeds in the ShareASale network. And we have tasked Kristen with teaching us on how to do that. So what are the 3 tools that we're going to be talking about today?
So today we're going to be talking about the product discovery bookmarklet, the make a page tool, and the product showcase. And in that, I'm going to cover a little bit about working and using baskets to fill up those tools. We're not going to be going into like advanced data feed stuff with, storefronts and all that stuff, because that's way beyond my scope, and that would have to be a Daniel conversation for another day. But as far as displaying products and having, display units or being able to easily access images or any other information to easily have those links on your site, those are the 3, the Make a Page, Product Showcase, and Product Discovery Bookmarklet are what we're going to cover.
And we get questions often from affiliates that say, can I use an image from the website? Because I want to promote one specific product. And we always say, yes, you can, but we'd rather you use a specific image from the data feed because those would be trackable. So that's why we want to teach you how to use these tools and use them more often, because we are always working with, and this is Daniel's job, is to work with the merchants to make sure that the data feeds are up to date and have all of the information that is needed. So there's so many affiliates that are not taking advantage of the data feed, and they're essentially easy tools to use. So now, Kristen, you're in charge. Head it.
Well, so that being said,
hang on. You can jump in. Yes, you can. And before we start, anybody can jump in and ask questions. Just let us know, because we want this to be interactive. So ask away.
Okay. So if I pull a product from the data feed, and for the image, and the vendor comes up with, or makes new pictures for that, and the data feed is updated with a new picture, will that update on my site, or will it be just a broken link?
Are you talking about using one from the specific one of the tools, or like just the overall data feed?
Overall data feed.
So Daniel, that's a you question.
Yeah, that'll update.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
So we do have a few merchants. Apogee manages a few merchants that do not have data feeds, and those merchants are, Greg.
Oh, I don't have that list. I don't know.
I told you to send it to me.
We didn't do the list before we started this.
So we do have a few merchants that don't have data feeds, largely because they'll have, just a couple products. I think Grill Masters Club doesn't have a data feed. There's a couple others.
I'll do it while we're talking. Just get going.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, that's just something to be aware of. You're not going to be able to pull a data feed from all of our merchants or all merchants, within ShareASale, regardless, because they might not have a data feed. But for those that do, these are the tools that are extremely useful. So at this point, I'm going to share my screen, unless anybody has any objections right now.
Go right ahead.
Okay.
Can't walk on that.
I closed my email tabs so that Greg wouldn't be absolutely astounded and have a heart attack at how many emails I have.
Dude.
It's fine. Okay, so Dolly, get out of here. Sorry, my cat is trying to party. So we're in the ShareASale dashboard here. I'm making a whopping $19.50 this month. Yay. And then if you want to access any of these tools, they're all going to be under the links tab. sorry. They're actually going to be under the Tools tab. The cat's getting in my way. The first one we're going to do is make a page. So we're going to just play around with Flirty Aprons. It's going to be my, yeah, that's going to be my merchant today. So we're going to do aprons and click go. So I have not Flirty Aprons come up. It'll pull up everything that's relevant under that keyword for all of the merchants that you have. So I have 3 merchants, as you can see right here, that come up. And if you click results options, you can, or if you click view, you can then narrow it down. I don't know why Flirty didn't come up. That's embarrassing. Okay, you know what? We're going to try this again. That is interesting.
Why does Eckler's Automotive have aprons?
They must have like an automotive or like mechanic's apron.
Interesting.
We're going to do patio furniture. We're going to go with Serenity Health and do patio furniture. Do they have a data feed, Daniel?
Yes.
Okay.
I just had to get rid of the cat. What was the question?
Does Serenity have a data feed?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're going to go with keywords patio furniture. And there, Serenity Health comes up. So I want to choose a number of different patio furniture options to display on my site. I'm going to go ahead and love on this metal one here. I like some turquoise. Red's good. This conversation set at $1,199 is good because it's a good, high price point. How about a fire pit? Everybody needs a fire pit, right? Or a heater. And let's go with that one. So I've just chosen 6 products that I would like displayed on my site. These are a good call to action for any blog post that you're doing. You can put this pretty much anywhere in your post. I think you can also do it in the sidebar. But these products will also update as the data feed updates. So you're not, stuck with these if the link dies for whatever reasons.
Kristen,
So, yes.
I have a question. When you hovered over view before, did I see that there was you could also look in merchants that you don't have?
Yes. So result options, search products from other merchants.
Okay.
Absolutely. And then you can obviously search products from both. And then if you hover over view, previously I had three different merchants populate in that area, and you can uncheck those if you don't want one of them to show up. So like if I didn't want the Eckler's apron to show up before, I could have unchecked that, and that would have just left the other 2.
Okay. Great, thanks.
So yeah, of course. So now that I have my 6 products that I want to choose, and I believe that you can choose more than that, you can go under page options and fix all of these buttons up here, help you customize the way your widget is going to look on your site. So you can sort it by price, ascending or descending. You can sort it by SKU name, product name, how much commission you would make off of that. Obviously, since that's sorted by price, and then I just sort by commission, it didn't change it. You can choose fixed width or auto, which will make it fit your site. You can choose how thick the border is or how thin. You can change the border color. So if you have a specific color scheme on your site, you can adjust that per the hex color. And then if you're doing any app track, specific tracking, then you can add in here. I'm not super familiar with that. So if any questions about that can be directed toward Daniel or Greg. Again, more display options. You can adjust the height, the thumbnail, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then when you're all done with that, this is where you're going to save it under save and get options. You can get page code, gallery code, save products to favorites, save merchants to favorites, export to CSV, or save the layout as a template. So if you want to build more of these in the future, you can come back and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get page code, and it's going to come up with this. And I just copied it and I am going to go to my site and my really good blog post that I have going on here. Save that, and then I'm going to update my post, or publish it in this case. And it's going to take a minute. And then we'll just preview the changes. So there we have it. I probably need to adjust the height a little bit for my specific theme, but this is how I have chosen to display it on my site. Again, you can go back and adjust it so that it displays differently. You can just adjust the height, adjust the width, and adjust the colors. So that's kind of make a page. Does anybody have questions on that?
I do.
Okay.
All right. How does this code affect SEO?
I can't speak to that super well. I can speak to the creation of it. I believe that the SEO, though, is mostly just going to be in how well you write your blog post. I don't know how well the code's going to really affect that.
But doesn't the code for all these products have an effect also? I mean,
sure, Daniel or Eric, I believe, would be able to answer that question a little bit better than I could. Daniel?
Where were we? Sorry, I was doing something else. SEO, as far as SEO for Datafeed?
Yeah.
No, for make a page, which in essence is Datafeed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So as far as, yeah, because you're using the same code as everybody else.
Yeah.
It's not going to help, but it's also not really going to hurt anymore. There used to be a big concern about duplicate content penalties and things like that. But
yep.
Google's smart now. Google knows the original source of all this stuff.
Okay.
Now, if you're running a really thin site, and this is the only thing on that page, it's certainly not going to help. You know?
I understand that, yes.
Yeah, you're going to want to have some original content on there.
Oh, yeah.
To help you out. But no, you're not going to get penalized for using this, certainly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question.
A few years ago, I used this quite a bit, but I've gotten away from it, and I'm leaning toward going back in that direction. So.
So yes, Mary Ellen, was that you?
Yes. So Sherry's question was about the image. What happens if the image changes?
Mm-hmm.
My question is, what about if the product just goes away?
Then I think that it just disappears from the gallery. I don't think it's automatically replaced by anything. But that would be where the blogger part of me comes in and says, make sure that you're checking on your links, or objects like this with frequency so that stuff's not broken. I mean, I think that bloggers should always check on these kinds of things, especially just in case something does go away. I have used one in the past where just like that, like missing image little thumbnail icon thing has popped up. And then I've also had some in the past where the image might stay, but you click on it and it just takes you to the home page. So yeah, that would be my best answer for that. Anybody else? Okay. I am going to move on to the product showcase. Now the product showcase tool is a little bit different because it can be used to manage or to display multiple products within a theme. So rather than narrowing it down to, specifically patio furniture, specifically aprons, you could do grilling, or you could do if we were to do sports related from Fanatics, we could do like Chicago Blackhawks gear and pick multiple products that are all related to the Chicago Blackhawks. So I tested this the other day, and I used the word kitchen, I believe, and it came up with, I think, steaks and with stuff from 40 Aprons. Again, it takes a while. And this one's a little bit clunky, but it still does a good job for just basic overall, I want to display multiple things within one within one category, within one vertical. So, Mary Ellen, do you guys have kitchen stuff right now? Do you know? I'm just going to go ahead and choose you. So to select multiple merchants on this, you have to hold down Command if you're on an Apple, and I think, what is it on a PC? Control Option or something like that. It's been a while. So if I do...
Now I'm looking to make sure we can...
Ready, Collins Street. So you'll see the merchants that come up, and these are all the merchants that I am part of, so I can choose multiple merchants to display.
You're good.
Cool, yay. I mean, I know that, but you know, thanks. Snake River Farms.
I would have never expected Eckler's Automotive to have products showed up under kitchen, but obviously they have
these, Greg, these are all my merchants.
Well, I know, but I didn't think that anything would show up. I didn't realize that Eckler's actually had, you know, tumblers or coffee mugs or things like that. Oh,
yeah. So these are products from multiple merchants of mine that have stuff under the kitchen category. So right now it's in a vertical display. I can change that display, so I'm going to go ahead and go with the big one so that everybody can see it. So it automatically populates with, I believe, some of the most popular products or in this vertical. So obviously a lot of Snake River Farms populates. And this is also a revolving widget. So it's going to refresh every single time somebody refreshes the page. Nothing's going to be static on here. And that's what that little dialog box that popped up when I first opened this product box. It's dynamic creatives that show product results for given search term category. The results are generated in real time and will be different each time the creative is viewed. So if you want something that is sticky, if you want a static product, you would use the Make a Page tool, whereas if you want dynamic and you want it to constantly revolve, then you would use the product showcase. So again, you can select the layout, you can fill out your specifications, you know, whether you want all three, product name, price, and description, or if you just want one or just a couple of them, whether you want the product to pop out, which means I believe on hover, it actually comes out with the image begins with the information. And then I'm gonna call this kitchen and then save.
I have a stupid question.
I might have a stupid answer.
Can you scroll back up and look at the, well, okay, you're going to do something else. But I guess my question is, when you've got all those different images in one box,
mm-hmm.
and you click on one specific image, you're going to be taken to that affiliate program or that merchant page, I assume.
Yes, you will. You should be taken.
I didn't see you know, any lines or anything differentiating the different products.
I mean, it's got these borders.
Okay, there's the border. I can see.
Yeah, it's got borders. And then we'll just see how it looks in an actual blog post. So these, this particular display option is really good for sidebars or for calls to action at the end of a blog post. I wouldn't necessarily put this in the middle because I think that the rotating option is going to be a little bit obnoxious for your readers, but that's just me. Oh, okay, there we go. So this doesn't work super well with my theme, but as you can see, if I click on it, it embiggens it and then it gives a call to action that says shop now, which takes me over through my redirect to the merchant site and takes me to that specific product. Does anybody have any questions about the Make a Page or the product showcase rather? What am I on? Where am I?
I do.
Okay.
How does this particular widget or whatever you call it impact page speed?
I'm pretty sure it's going to slow it down a little bit. I mean, I think anything that's going to be as dynamic as this is going to impact page speed. But I also think that it's not going to impact it so much that it's going to really like take 45 years. My personal site loads pretty slowly. So that's why you're kind of seeing a lag there. I don't work on it as much as I should, but I haven't really heard any major complaints about it. So
just comment. In my experience, as far as slowing down the page, this has no more effect than a banner. So next to nothing.
All right. Thank you, Buck. Thank you. Okay. So finally, I'm going to go with, oh, wait, I'll go with Serenity. There we go. So finally, we're going to talk about the product discovery bookmarklet, which I have actually renamed ShareASale links because I rename everything, as you can see. Oh, look, it's Eric Nagel's blog up there. So if you, rather than logging into the ShareASale interface, if you want to get a custom link for a specific product, rather than, copy the URL, log into the interface, plug that into the custom code creator or custom link creator, and then go back to your blog. If you want to easily grab multiple links really quickly without having to necessarily leave the merchant site, the product discovery bookmarklet is the best way to do that. So we are just going to go to water fountains and say I want this classic tulip 3-tiered outdoor water fountain. I'm going to click on my product discovery bookmarklet, and it's going to come up with my link for that. And it's also going to come up with image options. So I have the option of displaying it like this with I saw it on Serenity Health and Home Decor. That's another really good CTA for the end of a blog post. Or you have the option of pulling up an image display like this without the price, just the image itself. And then you can scroll through multiple images. You can pull up just the description, or you can just say, I only want the link, which is how I tend to do it. But you would just copy that and then paste it into your blog as you want. You can go back to the gallery. You can choose which image you want from these images up here. You can add any specific AF-track information up here. You can even create a license plate link just for social media, for Facebook and Twitter here. So you can this is just a really easy way to grab multiple links quickly from one or multiple merchants without having to go in and out of the interface.
I think when we get that question from affiliates, can I use something from the website? We just need to send them directly back to this video and say at the 21-minute mark, we're going to say, go look at the product discovery, or what is it? Product
discovery bookmarklet. Yeah. So as a blogger, I live in the Bookmarklet tools for pretty much every network, but especially for ShareASale. I live in the Bookmarklet tools because I find it so much easier to just copy and paste the links back and forth without having to do a whole lot of logging in and logging out and whatever. It's just a lot more quick for me. Another thing that I want to show you guys, sorry, Phil, is the baskets tool. Baskets are a really easy way to just save products all at once, so that then you can go into ShareASale and use that basket to fill in your make a page tool. So I don't know why Serenity Health doesn't have it, but I think Snake River Farms does. So if you go into ShareASale links, well, that's not going to work for me here either. We're going to have to give you a link to Joe's video about the baskets tool, because for some reason these aren't working for me right now. But you can save multiple products in a basket and then name that basket so that you're able to build out those widgets a lot more quickly, and without having to, again, search within the widget itself. Hold on, I'm going to stop sharing my screen if I can find the thing.
How would a merchant know if they have that feature turned on?
Danielle. Is he here? Daniel, do you know the answer to that?
Might be muted.
He's muted.
Oh. Whoa.
I don't know. It's something that needs turned on.
Daniel, you've got a bad internet connection.
Yeah.
Mary Ellen, that's a good question. And we need to circle back and find out why it's not working. And if it's something that we have to turn on or turn off. So that's a good question.
Yeah, that could be just because I'm at zero commissions with our merchants that I don't have that option. I don't think that's why.
That can't be it.
But I know that Sneak River Farms has that option on other products because Joe was using that in his video. But we'll leave a link to Joe's video in the Facebook group or the event so that you guys can check that one out as well. Can I answer any other questions? I know that was kind of quick to go through that, but. All right, good talk.
I don't have a question per se, but I'd like to mention that I've tried here and there over the years the Make a Page. Give me a little bit of an idea now with the demise of pop shops. These tools are more important now. Mm-hmm. But with the Bookmarklet, which I use every day, that is really easy to customize, put your own text in those displays. So, you know, that's the display there. You can put whatever text you want in there and show it and put it together in a minute.
Yeah. I mean, when ShareASale rolled out the product discovery Bookmarklet, I remember just being like, oh my goodness, thank goodness. Like, I'm so excited about that because it is. I mean, it's so easy. And I'm one of those people that tends to use just the URL. Like, I don't even use the full Datafeed tools.
Yeah.
At least
well, on my regular big sites, I use just get the code and put that in with my own stuff. But with on like my sports blog with Fanatics, for example, that's perfect to stick like a jersey in an article I'm writing about a player, and just, you know, it just takes a second just to add that.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the key. I think that's what we're trying to teach more affiliates and bloggers to use these tools, because there's still too many of them that are putting banners in the sidebar, and we're trying to get them to promote products and not necessarily the brand. You can use banners, but I think it's more important to promote the products, and these tools are making it very easy to do so.
Additionally, images have a higher click-through rate than just plain text does. So all these tools are a really good way to pull in those images to increase that click-through rate and hopefully conversions.
Okay, so this we've been talking now for almost 30 minutes. We're going to close this one out. We're still going to be on here. We can answer any questions, but we're going to actually stop the recording and we'll end Apogee Live. And remember, if you have any questions, we can still stay on offline. This has been great. Kristen, thank you very much. You did a lot of hard work. And because I haven't looked at these tools in a while. So thank you very much for your help. And that'll be it for this episode of Apogee Live. Subscribe to our channel, watch other videos, and please ask questions below. We're ready to answer them.